Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to PairFect. I'm Dina Ventura.
And I'm Francine Marquez. Hi,
So,
Dina.
Wednesday again, Francine.
Yes, and it's the start of another month. We're on
Right.
our way to the bear months.
But it's ECQ.
I know. It's like that Groundhog Day movie where you're back to where we started, but I guess we've had more learnings than the usual. No?
Right.
Now we know how to stay in quarantine.
So let's talk
Stay
about
safe.
that. Let's talk about
Yes.
spaces.
Okay, yes.
All right.
Staying in spaces, keeping well, and also maybe having some time for leisure as well.
That's what we want.
Yes, and that's what we've learned, how to work, live, and play in one space. And today, we have special guests.
Can't wait.
Yes, who will talk about their tourism estates and millennial resorts.
Wow.
Maybe something to dream for after ECQ has been lifted, hopefully in a few weeks. So, in today's episode of PairFect, our guests are LandCo CEO Erickson Manzano and LandCo Senior Consultant for Hospitality and Tourism, John Patrick Gregorio. Let's welcome them to our show. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Mr. Manzano and Mr. Gregorio.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Are you in your office?
Working from home.
Yes.
Perfect.
Our new normal way of staying down. But before anything, we'd like to ask you, well, it's almost it's the third quarter of the year.
Yes, we just entered the third quarter.
How was the 2020 professionally, personally, maybe starting?
Firstly, Francine, thanks for having us here. We were ready for the show. To answer your question, well, personally, I enjoy the time spent with family. I feel after this I'm going to look back and smile at these days. I know it's unfortunate to a lot, but I think of, having this time, being able to work, and then your wife, your dogs are just sleeping beside you.
Yeah.
These days are going to be special when I look back. That's my personal life, but professionally, I know the pandemic has affected different businesses, different people, in different ways. But as for LandCo, there's like an 80% probability that we will end this year to be the best sales year ever of LandCo in its entire history.
Congratulations. That's
So
good news.
yeah.
Yes. And I think real estate is among those. Well, the operation stopped for a while, but it eventually picked up, no, towards the latter part of the year and still ongoing. A lot of breakthroughs and projects are pursuing right now. It's operational.
Yeah, and I think people have, with all the uncertainty going on, a lot of people have realized that land is a very good store of wealth. So for example, if whatever happens with global economy, if our currency depreciates, land is a very good store of wealth. So I think people have seen that, and I think that is a main driver to why our sales are the way they are.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe, Pato, how do you find the year?
Yes, Pato, how has 2021 been for you?
Well, I think this is a very good strategy. Let Mr. Manzano speak first, so I can analyze my answers. But kidding aside, in LandCo and in the Metro Pacific, what we're doing now is we're really trying to reinvent the hospitality industry. And having said that, personally, I'm also trying to reinvent myself. I've been working for 30 years, no?
Wow.
And this pandemic, you really have to force yourself to do something new, to think of something new, and to enjoy something new. Later on, I'm sure we can discuss that. But to be very honest, I find this really weird because look at this interview. So many people are listening. We're live. This was not like this before, and I'm sure you can see my background. I'm sitting on a massage chair.
Wow.
Oh, that was, I thought it's a
So-
lazy
so-
boy. I was trying to figure it out.
yeah. It's a massage chair, so it's the new norm, right?
Yeah.
Pero parang pagod na nga yung katawan ko sa haba ng massage. Pero, but having said that, it's really reinventing ourselves, no? Not just as a person, but the way we look at things and the way we should develop things as
Yeah.
leaders.
Right.
Yes,
Was it
yes.
easy for you to slide into that new normal?
Well, me personally, at first it was difficult. During the first part of the lockdown last year, March, I couldn't wait to get back to work. So I was so anxious. I couldn't wait to get back to work. But, I've realized, and this is serious, you can be productive wherever you are. Like, for example, this is the first time that I'm able to meet all of my village managers in one meeting. Previously, that would have been impossible. No? But now it's like second nature. No? And we have projects from Cabanatuan to Zamboanga. No? And then you meet all of them in one meeting. And it is as even more productive than it was before. So I think that's one of the learnings that we will carry on with us even long after this pandemic.
Okay.
Correct.
What about in terms of dealing with your clients? Like, being in real estate and leisure tourism is all about the experience. So, how did you go about navigating that to? I mean, everybody turned into digital, but what sort of specific strategies did you do to convince people to continue appreciating LandCo properties?
Well, I guess let me answer in terms of the tourism and hospitality. Eric can answer in terms of the development of our other projects. In tourism and hospitality, before the experience, there's promise. So before the promise, there's a story. If we have a beautiful story, it's easier to promise. And when we promise, the next step is to experience. And so far, so good. We have a great team. We have not the level of expectations is will I enjoy? Is it safe? Is it the health protocols? Is it in order? One thing I've realized with this pandemic is even the don't get me wrong, but the standards of people in terms of service levels in the hospitality industry bumaba. And why am I saying that? Because before, you want to eat in a restaurant and you want the waiter to be just beside you. Now, you don't want that waiter to be beside you. Oh,
True.
okay na, iwan mo na kami, okay na, di ba? So yun yung nangyayari ngayon. So again, let me just emphasize, it's actually the story and the promise and then the execution of that promise. Doon magaling si LandCo. So, and I'm sure Eric can explain that some more.
Well, we'd like to hear more.
Yeah. Thanks for that. Okay. So ladies, well, LandCo, we have two sides of the business. One is the real estate, and one is the hospitality. Hospitality is under our affiliate, the Millennial Resorts Group, Millennial Resorts Corp. Okay. In terms of hospitality, regardless of this pandemic, one thing that doesn't change is the human's desire to be with their loved ones and to take a break. That doesn't change it. A good historical example, and I've told this to some of my friends now. Okay, maybe a lot of people don't know. Things may be as bad right now, but maybe they've forgotten. In the past 100 years, this is already the 9th pandemic, starting with the Spanish flu.
Oh.
And that was the worst. This is the 9th pandemic. We have the Asian flu in the 50s, the Hong Kong flu in the 60s, SARS, MERS, Ebola, swine flu,
Lahat.
AIDS, COVID, and dami na. So we know for a fact that after this, we're still going to have future pandemics. It is now a part of life. But if you look back, you barely remember SARS.
Right.
So, okay, so life goes on, and then what doesn't change is the human's desire to spend quality time with loved ones and to take a break from all this. I think one thing that this pandemic has brought us is really the time to think about our lives now. What are
Mm.
you doing all that hard work for? What is all that for? Okay, so that's in the hospitality business. Now, in our hospitality business, we are one of the fortunate ones now. By design and as a management decision, we did not pursue being a quarantine hotel. However, just the past 3 months now, and following government protocols, which we have all of those badges now, which we're quite proud of. Our occupancy is like almost 80%. So
Wow,
things are
that's
really
good.
because primarily our hotel rooms are at least like 10 meters away from each other. So the way that
Yeah.
our rooms are designed, they're in the open air and far from each other. So I think that part worked for us. So and then after this pandemic, we're looking forward to the revenge travel. And if you look back at history, you know that that's going to happen because, if you look back at the Spanish flu, what happened after 1919? You had the roaring 20s. You
Ayun.
had like, yeah, you had like a phenomenal economic growth until 1929. So
Mhm.
that's what we're looking forward to. We think we believe that's going to happen. So that's one side of the business, hospitality. Now in the real estate, as I mentioned, with all of this uncertainty, people with excess money, they're looking where to park their money wherein it will not depreciate.
Right.
Because prior to the pandemic, I've worked for a lot of the big real estate companies in my entire career. For example, a good example when I was working with AMLAN. West Grove, no, a beautiful development in West Grove. That we were selling like 100 lots a month back then. That was in the late 90s.
Mhm.
You'd be lucky. You'd be lucky to have 10 new houses a year.
Wow.
You'd be lucky to have 10 new houses a year. So you would see that people with excess cash, they're really buying, aside from living in the property, they're buying it as an investment. Because, even in accounting terms, land does not depreciate. So they're looking for a good store of wealth.
That's true.
And I think, so in the other side of our business, the real estate, we are seeing that behavior again. Wherein under all these uncertainties, they're looking to park their wealth in something that will not depreciate and even appreciate over time. So I think we're just one of the lucky ones to be in this industry at this particular time.
Galing.
So yeah, so that's how the business is going.
Yeah. That's one way of seeing it,
Yes.
diba? And did I hear you say revenge travel?
Yes.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
have
Okay.
revenge travel celebrations
Yeah,
after.
so you have revenge travel, and then LandCo also, I think, pioneered millennial resorts. So we
Yes.
want to hear more about those after we return from a commercial break. So we'll be right back.
Make long distance easy with the Mirage G4.
And we're back. I'm Francine Marquez. I'm with Dina Ventura, and we're talking to LandCo CEO Erickson Manzano and Senior Consultant John Patrick Gregorio. Before we had our break, we're talking about how land is a sureball investment priority,
Yes.
investment opportunity right now.
There's a lot of interest in it
Yes,
also.
and we were also talking about the concept of revenge travel.
Among other things.
Yes, and which brings us to one of the interesting concepts of LandCo, which is the millennial resort. Can you tell us more about it, Pato?
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. You know, as I've said, when we started the show, we said that we have to reinvent ourselves and we have to reinvent hospitality. We have to reinvent the brand. You know, after this experience with the pandemic, if if you're not stable in terms of vision, if you're not stable in terms of financials, you will really suffer, and you will really be nervous. Maybe that's that's the first thing you'll experience. Very difficult. I was talking to some friends the other day. Told them the tourism industry is not only dead. Uh, Halos nakabaon na yan, di ba? It's buried down there. But can we resurrect it? Can we do something that will excite the people, the 109 million Filipinos at least, and the tourism stakeholders? Uh, they're really suffering, and it's almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know why Eric and I, we are just aligned in our vision in terms of the millennial resorts. The millennial resorts is a creation of a reinvention, a new product that we're trying to introduce to the market.
Okay.
It's so difficult. Now we saw it. Even the big hotels in Makati, they've closed down. Why? Because too many employees. The expectation of a full service is not there anymore. But the millennial resorts, it's free and easy. It's something that I want to go there because I want to enjoy with my family, with my friends, with my children, and maybe leave me alone. Maybe just give me the services I need, the food that I need to eat, the cold beer, and then the cold water, and a nice room, and then just leave us alone. Is that a new concept? I think so. Is that a millennial concept? I think so, because I have 3 kids, all millennials, and they always tell me, "Dad, leave us alone." so 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 dun lang namin ina-apply yun, di ba? So if
Yeah.
my millennial kids tell me, "Dad, leave us alone," maybe
Yes.
the millennial resorts concept is, we're enjoying, thank you very much. This is a great place, beautiful sunset, beautiful beach, beautiful room. Leave us alone. That's how I'm
Hashtag.
analyzing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess that's
So
right.
and yeah, yeah.
If you just
And
want.
then Eric and I'm sure saying so many. I know more things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, Dina Francine, I have an interesting story to share about millennial resorts. No? Well, firstly, the name. That name came from Pato, actually. No? Millennials, they're basically the Instagram generation. No? But I think we came up with that name primarily because of ourselves. No? Like, I tell my friends, I'm actually 50 years old. No? But in my mind, I think I'm stuck in my mid 30s. I still want the same thing. I
Same
was in my
here.
mid 30s.
of course, it's just a
I'm just
mindset.
reminded of my age is that, when I talk to people, they start, saying talk to me, talk, and that's when I realize very in my mind's eye, I'm still my 30s. No? So,
20s.
so again, millennial resorts, it's about unconventional experiences.
Oh,
So,
nice.
and I've shared this, with Pato and the others. So, okay, if it, Dina Francino, if it was possible for us to blindfold you, and take you didn't know that we took you on a plane and we brought you to Bali and we left the hotel, brought you blindfold, you wouldn't know where you are. No, it is just the same. You're in a hotel room with a bed, with a view of the sea, with the same furniture. That is it. Now, in millennial resorts, again, we live in an Instagram generation. We wanted, we intended that when we took off that blindfold, you knew where you are. And that's why you see all of these intricate designs. The interiors are fabulous, especially in cocoons. We're very proud of that starry night when you sleep, you're like sleeping under the stars. So I think that's the main concept of millennial resorts. So it's for people like me and actual millennials, people like Pato, who want something cool, want
Yeah.
something cool to stay in, want something that they're proud to be staying in, but have all of the comforts that they want. And I think that's
Yes.
the basic premise
Mm.
of
I
millennial
like it. I
resorts.
like it
And
so far.
I also realized that, well, if there's a good side to the pandemic, it's because it's how people are trying to live their dream right now. Like because of the live, work, play, and digital concept, you can actually work in Batangas, work in
Wherever
Boracay,
you
Yes.
work
are.
before the beach, your office for the day. And I guess that's where the millennial resorts
Yes.
can also come in, ano?
Mm-mm.
You're just enjoying. Leave us
Mm.
alone. I want to
Exactly.
work. I want to drink at the end of the day.
Francine, I really like the way their minds work,
Yes,
Erickson and
yeah.
Pato.
Yeah. I
Kasi,
like their
Yeah.
energy.
yeah, you thought of this, di ba? Parang pandemic, a lot of
Yeah.
people have been like really down about the economy and everything.
Yes.
But then you're thinking so way beyond this pandemic and then setting
Mm.
LandCo in a position to reap the rewards of that preparation, right?
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
Correct.
but
Yes.
I want to know about the designs that they're talking
Okay.
about.
Yeah,
Mm.
did you have to make any
Yeah.
like makeovers or did
Mm.
you have to redesign?
No,
Tell us about the concept of the
Yeah, the
millennial resorts.
transformation of
Yeah.
just the whole concept
Yes,
of the
yes.
of
Because
LandCo,
we
di
all
ba?
know how Punta Fuego is very
Yeah.
elegant, very
Yeah.
spacious, very clean. What about the millennial resorts? What does it look like?
okay. Okay, so again, Landco, we have two legs to our business. One is in the resort, one is in the leisure development, and one is in the hospitality. So Millennial Resorts covers the hospitality part of our business. Now, Landco is primarily known for Punta Fuego. No? We are the developers of Punta Fuego. One
Yes.
thing that I'm
Nice.
very proud of our company, when Landco was developing Punta Fuego, there was literally nothing in that area. There were like kilometers and kilometers of rough roads into nothing. And then LandCo, my predecessors, developed that area. It was the first of its kind. It was the first seaside upscale residential resort with a club and a marina, the membership. Now, what's the main pivot? Because
Pivot.
until recently, that is the very DNA of LandCo. What we are very proud of is that, aside from Punta Fuego, if you look at our projects from Cabanatuan to Zamboanga, wherever we are, I'm proud to say we're practically one of the best developments in the area. We are the Forbes Park in that area. For example, in Chaong, Quezon, you have Hacienda Escudero. No?
Right.
In San Rafael, Bulacan, we have Waterwood. No? Wherever we are practically the best development in that area. Now,
Mm.
when we started LandCo, let's talk Punta Fuego. Punta Fuego is a very exclusive development, and absolutely nothing wrong with that. No? For
Yeah.
example, if you live in Punta Fuego, if you're not an outsider, you can't go in, you can't use the
Mm.
facilities. It is exclusive. But you know, a little before this pandemic, we have seen a generational shift in mindset. You know, the people who have savings now, in their 50s, late 40s and above, people like me, there has been a generational shift in mindset that instead of exclusivity, you want to live where the action is. Like for example, my our dream, me and my wife, our dream is basically to retire in, if not in Dubrovnik, probably in Split in Croatia. It is basically a tourist town. And for example, there are a lot of people, when I ask people, where would you rather live? Would you rather live along White Beach in Boracay, or would you rather live in an exclusive subdivision on the island? And a lot of people would say they want to live in White Beach. And I think that is the generational shift in mindset that you want to be where the action is in.
Right.
Like for example, me, I like looking at tourists. I like seeing the activity in front of my house. And that is how we shifted, the business of LandCo when we started with Punta Fuego. Now we fast and Club La Ina as our leisure tourism estates.
Mm-hmm.
These are basically, these are Punta Fuego type developments
Mm-hmm.
in leisure locations,
Mm-hmm.
wherein, outsiders, domestic tourists and international tourists can come in, and then you see them like walking in front of your house. so, so that is a major change that we've done, in the past few years.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
think I'd
Maybe
want that
Pato, you'd like to
too.
add?
Erickson, I think I
I'm
want
sorry,
that
I'm
too.
sorry.
I want a fun neighborhood when I retire. I don't want to
Mm,
be
mm.
cooped up and be a hermit somewhere.
so
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
LandCo has always been in touch with what's the pulse, no, of the
Yes,
times.
being on the pulse of things.
Yes, and 25 years, right? LandCo is 25
Well,
years old.
31 actually.
31.
31.
Yeah, it's a good
Okay.
age.
Okay.
That begins at
So, yeah,
31
we'd
to
like to
30.
know more about when you joined the company and probably more about you as, your
How did you
interests.
start in the
Yeah.
industry?
Yes, but before that, we'll just pause for another short break. We'll be right back.
All right.
Fiverr is the free and secure way to connect with friends and family anywhere. Send messages and make phone and video calls for free. Download Viber now.
Click, click, that's it. Never thought self-service can be this slick. Modify plans in a snap, walang hirap. It's a wrap, just tap the app. Now you can check, view, subscribe, renew. Help and support for you. Out with the Ring Ring apps or the in thing, you know what to do. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Self-service and easy to use, mas okay tayo dyan. Globe at home and Globe One, all in the Globe app na yan. Instant response, no hold time pa, wala nang hintayan. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan. Download the Globe One and Globe at Home apps from Google Play Store and Apple App Store now. Download Globe at Home and Globe One app, all in the Globe app na yan.
And we're back. I'm Francine, and I'm with the fabulous Dina Ventura, and we're talking to the very vibrant, passionate man of LandCo with CEO Erickson Manzano and Senior Consultant John Patrick Gregorio. Welcome back, gentlemen. So before we had our
Thank
break,
you.
yes, we were talking about how we want to be where the action is, being on the
Yes.
pulse of things. which
LandCo
is-
has this vision, and
Yes.
they also have history because they've been in the
Yes,
business
yes,
for
yes,
31
yes,
years.
yes.
Mm, mm, mm.
So where do you go from here? Maybe you can
LandCo, yeah.
start with Erickson.
Yeah.
Oh, start me. Okay. Well, in terms of vision, so this is a vision that probably will happen, long after my time. But basically, this is the vision of LandCo. If you had a foreigner friend, and then he would tell you, I've been to the Philippines, it's beautiful. And then you'd ask, oh, where have you been in the Philippines? I've been to Bohol. Oh, LandCo's there. If the answer was Siargao, oh, LandCo's there. That is my ultimate vision for the company, that wherever your foreigner friend says that it's beautiful in the Philippines, wherever that place is, LandCo is there. And
Nice.
basically, that is the vision. Yeah, that is the vision of LandCo. We want to show the world the beauty of the Philippines.
Showcase it,
Yes,
right?
it's the LandCo domination. What about
Yeah.
you, Pato? What can you say about the future
Well,
of
I
LandCo?
like the way I like the word pulse, no? Yung the vision and our pulse to develop something new. You have to give it to Landco after 31 years. 31 years ago when they developed Punta Fuego and the likes, uh, para bang, what is that? Para bang, will people really invest in a second home and as beautiful as that and as expensive as that? And it happened, and it's still happening 31 years after.
Right.
Uh, the vision for the hospitality sector of the group, Millennial Resorts, is also, think about this, ladies, and to our listeners. If Eric mentioned that there should be a millennial resort or a Crusoe cabins in Siargao, in Bohol, in Palawan, in all the 1,700 islands of the Philippines. Uh, when I was brainstorming this with Eric, we discussed that how many Filipinos own beautiful islands? How many Filipinos own beautiful beaches? But the day they buy, they don't know what to do with it. The day they invest, they said, "Oh, what will I do with it? Will I build a rest house? Will I build a resort? Will I build a hotel?" Uh, there are a lot. There are a lot of Filipinos who own beautiful beach areas and islands and they don't know what to do with it, as I've said. So what I'm saying is, here's LandCo, here's Millennial Resorts, okay, and we're here to offer them something new soon. Maybe abangan, invite us again.
Sure.
But it's something like if we can grow a Jollibee all over the country and all over the world, can we not grow millennial resorts and the Crusoe all over the country and all over the world because of the plans and the design and the concept that will excite people and beach owners.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to analyze now, and then we're analyzing this every day, and then we're going through this difficult, tedious exercise of really offering something na not just for people to enjoy, but for people to invest in later on.
Yes.
So yun. Ano lang muna to, ha? Medyo bitin lang muna na explanation. Bahala, next time na lang.
Pero what do you think is the market looking for right now? I mean, those who want to buy the luxury properties beside the beach, do you think it's just a because we used to have this concept of vacation homes,
Yes.
and now they want to. Do you think there are people who want to live more permanently in these properties?
Oo nga, no? Hindi na siya bakasyon.
Yeah.
Oh, because of what's
Yeah.
happening, the new normal.
Yes, we're experiencing that right now. Like, for example, although we've sold out Punta Fuego long ago, there were a lot of secondary sales that happened in Punta Fuego. And it's primarily because of this pandemic, the realization that you can literally work anywhere and be productive. So you have a choice whether you live in the city and be stuck in traffic and then work there, or do you want to live by the beach and then work there and be as productive. So that's something that we've seen, in these past few months. Now, what is the difference? What is the difference between LandCo's products and maybe other products? No? Again, we have two legs to our business: the real estate and the hospitality. Now, the way that we've envisioned Club Laia and Castle is that, for example, you put up a lot there, no? And we have, we have a hotel we're recently launching. We're going to be launching the app maybe in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
Wherein you could the Millie app, we call it the Millie app for millennial resorts, where you could order anything, reserve anything, through your phone. And the idea is, if you live in Casablanca Club Laia, your house is literally like one of the hotel rooms in the hotel. So
Wow.
whatever service we provide the hotel, we will provide to your house. And all you have to do is like order it by phone. So that's one thing. And then eventually the future of LandCo is that we'll be putting up condominiums in these beach towns.
Wow.
Now, in that beach town, of course, if you live 3 hours from Manila, that may be most likely a secondary home. So if it's not a weekend or a holiday, what are you gonna do with that property? And then that's where millennial resorts comes in. If you have the option, it's not mandatory. You have the option, if you wanted, you could put your room, your unit into the hotel pool, and then we'll run it for you. So I think that, and then the whole time you have a property with hotel services, and so I think that's the value added of the products that we're thinking of, and And I wanted to add to what Pato said. No? Actually, this is really Millennial Resorts vision. And then again, when you come up with a vision, it has to be out there. You have to swing for the fences, otherwise it's not much of a vision. No? We've been asking ourselves, Filipinos, we practically run maybe like 70% of all of the cruise ships around the world. Huh?
Yeah.
Because it is ingrained in the Filipino DNA to be hospitable. No? The hospitality is in our DNA. Now, don't you wonder why is there no Filipino hospitality global brand? Malaysia has Shangri-La. Aman was founded by an Indonesian. Thailand has Dusit and Antara. Why is there no Filipino hospitality global brand? Why is that? And we're swinging for the fences. That is the vision. That was what Papa was saying. We want to be one of the first, Filipino hospitality global brands.
So that's
Millennial Resorts.
like a pioneering idea that LandCo came up with. Is it
Yes.
safe to say that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
it is our vision. These
Yes.
visions they come from me and Pato. We would have a drink and talk about these things.
Yun na nga eh. Parang I want to find out. Let's ask them about their downtime, di ba? Is it all work for
Is that
both
how
of
you
you?
get your inspiration when you drink?
Well, you can join us
You're
next
creative.
time.
Okay.
but
Via
but
Zoom, yeah.
via Zoom. But it's like this. It's we know how to enjoy. Actually, yung mga hobbies ni Eric and yung interests niya we have the same. We do big bikes, but he goes to far-flung areas. I just go next block eh. So, but we have big bikes. We enjoy cars, nice cars. It's the feeling of I'm not getting old. I'm not getting old. I'm not getting old.
Kaya,
Yeah. But and that feeling we translate to this business.
yes.
That feeling we explain to our people. That feeling we tell our customers that this is really plain and simple fun. This is hospitality reinvented. This is LandCo. This is Millennial Resorts. Take a look at it and make sure you patronize and you enjoy and you invest in our business. Yeah.
I like that attitude. You're
Oo
always
nga eh.
free, open to do anything creatively, right? And don't
Yes.
stop yourself from pursuing one
Yes.
thing and another.
So tell us a little bit about the time you joined the company. Like,
Okay.
di ba? Before that.
Yes.
Well, me personally, I joined LandCo in the late 2015. I joined LandCo late 2015, but I've been working since '92. I'm basically a civil engineer by training. Since 1992, I've done nothing but real estate and engineering.
Wow.
That's all I've done. Yeah. So this is all I know how to do.
You know how to do very well.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. Me. Yeah. Go ahead. Eric.
No, yeah, and Pato, talk about you joining LandCo.
Well, for me, I've been with the MVP group for 14 years.
Oh.
I think 15 years. But I started with Smart, then with a water company, and now with LandCo. But before that, I was in the tourism industry for 20 years. I was a GM of waterfront hotels. I was with Manila Hotel. I was with Davao. I've been doing tourism work for the longest time. But at the time, maybe a few years ago, I told myself, let me do something new. So I joined Smart, the same group, the water business. But now I'm back because it's your first love. If tourism is your first love, babalik at babalik ka eh. And hahanap-hanapin mo. That's why we're doing this. I'm doing this with Eric. It's because in tourism, I don't consider it as work. In the hospitality business, it's really you really have to enjoy this business and wag mo na lang isipin na trabaho to. Otherwise, if you're not meant to be in this business.
Yeah.
If you do not even know how to smile, di ba, naturally, you ladies mentioned, wow, what that's the energy that we like.
Yes.
But it's natural. It's nobody's coaching us, nobody's beside us.
Yeah.
It's natural, and that is what is important in what we are trying to do. And if we can do this well, and if our staff can do this well, then we will be very successful. But at the same time, let me say this again: it's really just for fun. It's the business is there. Our bosses are happy. Our Metro Pacific is happy. But at the end of the day, when we sleep in the evening at night, then we're happy with what we have accomplished. So that's I guess my contribution to this business.
Yay.
I guess that's a
Oh,
good insight.
Francine, Dina, no? If I may add, no? If I may add to what Pato was saying. Well, kami ni Pato, no? One of our jobs kasi is basically to sound like a broken record. No? Paulit-ulit. And, okay, again, we have two businesses, real estate development, hospitality. In the hospitality leg, paulit-ulit yan sa team. The message, we are not selling rooms. No? We are selling happiness and memories. That is what we're selling. Paulit-ulit. And these things you cannot sell properly unless you experience it. So, kami ni Pato, having fun is basically part of the job description. We have to know how to have fun, but we know how to offer that to other people. No? Now, in the real estate side naman, this is yung paulit-ulit namin na sinasabi sa team namin. No? In the real estate development, and basically LandCo's products, we're not cheap, no? We're admittedly medyo parang
High
we're
end.
expensive. No?
Yes.
The message to the team is that if a family trusts you with their lifetime savings, no, it is no longer just a business transaction. No? We have the moral obligation to do right by them.
Yes.
And yun yung paulit. So we try to, we do our best, basically. We do our best to give our clients what they paid for. We understand what the product is. For example, so real estate, we know that is an investment. So it is our duty to make sure that that property appreciates. And, when they live there, they should be happy. And that's why we will provide hotel service to those who would live in our beach towns. And in the hospitality, kami ni Pato, we should find new ways on how to be happy with our family and friends so that we can offer that. No? The tagline of Millennial Resorts is unconventional experiences. So that's what we're looking to offer our clients in the future.
Very nice. Parang gusto ko nang mag-invest. Okay. Anyway, let's
I
try
want to
to
stay in their property.
let's get to know these gentlemen more
Yes, we
by
have
playing a game. It's called
Fast Talk.
Fast Talk.
Minus the sex and chocolates. So first, we'll ask Erickson, penthouse or beach house?
Beach house.
Pato, swimming or hiking?
Beach house.
Okay.
Ay,
Okay,
swimming
pwede. Pareho kayo, okay.
Swimming
or hiking?
Swimming.
Okay, both of you. Shopping or camping?
Camping.
Camping.
Movies or music?
Movies.
Movies too.
Parks or beaches?
Beach.
Beach.
Indoor or outdoor games?
Outdoor.
Okay, condominium or house and lot?
Condo.
House and lot.
Travel abroad or local?
Abroad.
Local ako.
And I have a question. Harley Davidson or Ducati?
Ducati.
Ducati, okay.
So now we know.
Now we know. What kind of bikes do you, diba, no?
Yeah.
Okay, that's our game.
Yun lang.
Yes.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So it's been really fun getting to know the top honchos in LandCo. But before we go, we'll ask our guests if they want to say any final words to our viewers this afternoon. So, Mr.
Okay.
Erickson.
Well, I'll start. Yeah, I'll start, Pato, no? Okay. Well,
Yes, sir.
Well, firstly, Dina and Francina, thanks for having us in your show. We're really very, we're privileged to be part of your show. Thank you very much. Now, I just wanted to end my interview, for your audience. Now, if you're feeling down, things will get better. Just look at in history. Again, what I shared earlier, after 1919, during the Spanish flu, there were only around 2 billion people around the globe. And with their estimates, it's difficult to find to get a really accurate estimate, but the wide range of the people who died was between 20 to 100 million people during the Spanish flu. So with a 2 billion population, just imagine that roughly, you would say 5% of those who were living at that time died. And then right after the Spanish flu, you had the Roaring '20s, a decade of unprecedented economic growth. And that is because, we are, as humans, regardless of what we go through, spending time with your loved ones, enjoying the fruits of your labor, that does not change. So I just wanted to give hope to your viewers that, just hang on. The key is to survive this pandemic, and then things will get better. I am 100% sure things will get better. That's all. Thank you again.
Well said. How about you, Pato? Any last
Well,
words?
thank you for this opportunity. This is a nice show. Congratulations, keep it up. We hope it's not the last time. As I've said, when we have a new invention, invite us again.
Yes,
But
of course.
Millennial Resorts, we're already in Calatagan, we're already in Laia, soon in Samal, in Davao. While it's pandemic, ECQ, okay, think of your next trip after ECQ. But don't take so long, because if you take so long and if you dilly-dally, next time you call us, we'll tell you, sorry, you were fully booked. So,
Okay.
so just be ready and visit our property soon. As I've said, the best is yet to come. And then thank you, Tribune, for this perfect pair show.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Maraming
Pato.
salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank
Yes,
you very
thank you.
much, Francine. I really, really enjoyed getting to know
Yes.
LandCo
I
peeps.
I have a goosebump moment.
Really.
Erickson was talking about the Roaring '20s, and this is the '20s, millennial '20s. So
Oh,
let's have we're just in
yeah.
2021, right?
Right.
So let's have the rest of the 2020s
Yes.
roaring and fun.
Let's look forward to that, no?
Yes.
Okay, so before we end PairFect, I'd like to invite everybody to the 11th annual TOFA Awards, which stands for the Outstanding Filipinos in America, which will be held in person on October 7, 2021, with a live ceremony at Carnegie Hall's Whale Hall, home of the TOFA Awards since 2011.
So
All right.
friends in the US, don't forget to await that awards.
Okay, so
Yes.
once again, thank you very much for joining us on PairFect. This is Dina Ventura.
And this is Francine Marquez.
See you again
Thank
next
you.
week.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.